Hello and welcome back to another video where today we're going to be going over everything that was announced at the Resident Evil showcase. We do have quite a lot to go over in this video, so let's get into it. Starting off with the thing that made most people want to watch in the first place, and that is new information about Resident Evil Village. It finally got a release date of May 7th, 2021. And we learn a few new facts about the story. We know that the reason Ethan goes to the village is because he is looking for his kidnapped daughter that presumably is taken by Chris Redfield in the opening. We also learn that the tall lady that the internet has been fascinated with isn't the Mother Miranda that people thought. She is a new character called Lady Dimitrescu. And during the trailer, she mentions to the person on the phone that a person named Heisenberg failed to stop Ethan. So my guess is that the person sitting on screen is Heisenberg. We also get to see a glimpse of some zombie-looking witch people that presumably we will fight in the actual castle itself. They look to me like they're kind of a vampire as well, so maybe they'll be like a mixture of zombies and vampires, as we know by the maiden demo that the daughters that the lady is talking about are indeed vampires. Like I said earlier, we do know a release date, and that is May 7th, and we also know some of the editions for the game. So there's the regular edition, there's the deluxe edition and the collector's edition. Now, when you pre-order any edition of the game, you get a Mr. Raccoon weapon charm as well as a survival resource pack, which will help players in the beginning with like extra stuff like ammo for the handgun and the shotgun, a first aid med, and stuff like that, just to help you earlier on in the game. With the deluxe edition, you get the base game as well as something called the Trauma Pack, and in the Trauma Pack you get the Mr. Everywhere weapon charm, you get save room music. I'm not sure if that's different save room music or just save room music in general. You unlock the max difficulty, you change the look of the save device, as normally in Resident Evil 8 it will be a typewriter, but with the Trauma Pack it goes to the like tape recorder looking thing you had in Resident Evil 7. You get a gun, which is Chris's gun, and it is the Albert 01. You also get a filter for the game that makes it look more like found footage from RE7, which makes it look, I'm guessing, more like the tapes that you find. And you also get an art book, which is The Tragedy of Ethan Winters. Now, with the collector's edition, you get all of the previous stuff that is in the deluxe edition, and you also get a Chris Redfield figure, you get a 64-page art book, you get a steelbook, and you get a poster for the game as well. If you pre-order the game through the PlayStation Store, you get a digital version of the soundtrack. And last, in the terms of editions, there is the Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 complete bundle, which bundles both Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 together. All of the editions I've mentioned are on all the consoles except for the collector's edition. The consoles that the game is on is PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One and Steam, and the collector's edition is only available on the PS5 and the PS4. We also got some gameplay for the game, and in it we got some interesting things revealed, like when we're guarding as Ethan, we can actually push enemies off us, which is something that I think was very needed in Resident Evil 7. We also know that the merchant in the game is called the Duke, and he acts similarly to the merchant in Resident Evil 4, where you can buy and sell weapons from him. You can also upgrade them, and there's also something called the Duke's Purse, so I'm not quite sure what that is, as they didn't go into it. As well as showing off a gameplay demo in the showcase, they also announced that there will be an exclusive PlayStation 5 demo called Maiden, and if you want to watch me play through it, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Without talking about it too much, it is essentially an escape room where you play as someone called the Maiden, and you have to essentially escape the castle that you're being held captured in. They also said that another demo will be coming for all platforms around springtime, so my guess is that it will be similar to the Resident Evil 2 demo, Resident Evil 3 demo, and the Resident Evil 7 demo. Even though the Resident Evil 7 demo was kind of like the Maiden demo, but I can see it being more similar to the demo for 2 and 3, where like it's actual bit from the game where you play as Ethan and there's weapons and you can actually shoot enemies. I will be also playing through that when it comes out sometime this spring. They went on to announce something that we knew the name of on the day of the showcase, but not what it was, as there was a leak that was on, I think, the Xbox website, or it was on one of the websites, that said if you get Resident Evil Village, it comes with something called Resident Evil Reverse. And Resident Evil Reverse is similar to Resistance, but you actually play as established characters from Resident Evil games. You can play as Jill, Claire, Leon, Mr. X, Nemesis, Jack Baker, and so on. And the art style is interesting because it's not like the actual art style from Resident Evil 2 and 3. It's similar, but it seems to have like this kind of cartoony looking filter over it. But from the trailer that was shown, I am kind of looking forward to it to see what it's like, and I probably will be playing it. And they also said that if you buy Resident Evil Village on PS5 or Xbox Series X, you will get the PS4 version and Xbox One version of Resident Evil Reverse. And something that came out of completely left field is that towards the end of the showcase, the Ubisoft logo popped up, and they announced that Resident Evil and The Division 2 are teaming up, and if you play The Division 2 between, I think, February 2nd and February 15th, you will unlock Leon's outfit for free, and then you can also play through to get more of the skins for the characters. But I've never played The Division 2, so I'm thinking, do I get the game just for the exclusive skins? I may have to, but I just thought it was a bit odd to be like thrown in, as I never really imagined The Division and Resident Evil kind of going together. But we'll just have to see what happens when the new stuff drops in February. And the final thing they spoke about was about Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, which is a Netflix TV show, I think, even though they said film in the showcase, but I'm pretty sure Netflix said it was a TV show. Either way, it's something to do with Netflix, and they confirmed that yes, it is coming this year, and it will be set a few years after the events of Resident Evil 4, and it is canon to the game itself. And that's kind of all we really had about Infinite Darkness. And that is everything that was in the Resident Evil showcase. Once again, I will leave a link to my playthrough of the Resident Evil Maiden demo in the description, and I will see you in another video.